If you're tired of scrolling through Netflix's algorithm suggesting the same predictable movies over and over again, I've got 12 mind-bending films that will make your brain work overtime. These aren't your typical linear narratives with straightforward endings. These are the kinds of movies that stick with you for days after watching, making you question reality, time, and everything in between. And yes, they're all currently available on Netflix, so you can dive into these psychological puzzles without leaving your couch. Let's get started with some of the most thought-provoking films currently streaming. Inception. Christopher Nolan's masterpiece about dreams within dreams still holds up as one of the most complex blockbuster films ever made. Leonardo DiCaprio plays a skilled thief who specializes in extracting information from people's dreams, but is tasked with the opposite, planting an idea in someone's mind through their subconscious. What makes Inception so mind-bending is its layered reality structure and the way Nolan plays with time perception across different dream levels. The visual effects are stunning, but it's the intricate plot mechanics that will truly mess with your head. If you love puzzles wrapped in spectacular action sequences, this is the film for you. The ambiguous ending has sparked countless debates, making it perfect for viewers who enjoy discussing and dissecting movies long after the credits roll. Shutter Island. Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio team up again for this psychological thriller that will keep you guessing until the very last scene. DiCaprio plays a U.S. Marshal investigating the disappearance of a patient from a hospital for the criminally insane on a remote island. As the investigation unfolds, reality becomes increasingly distorted, with hallucinations and flashbacks blurring the line between what's real and what's imagined. The film's true genius lies in its meticulous attention to detail, with subtle clues scattered throughout that only make sense on a second viewing. If you appreciate psychological thrillers that completely recontextualize everything you've seen in the final minutes, Shutter Island delivers one of the most satisfying twists in modern cinema. It's a film that demands your full attention and rewards it tenfold. Donnie Darko. This cult classic defies easy categorization, blending elements of science fiction, psychological thriller, and teen drama into something uniquely mind-bending. Jake Gyllenhaal stars as a troubled teenager who begins having visions of a mysterious figure in a rabbit costume who tells him the world will end in 28 days. What follows is a complex exploration of time travel, parallel universes, and existential philosophy that will leave you questioning everything. The film's genius lies in its deliberate ambiguity and the way it presents multiple possible interpretations of its events. If you enjoy films that require multiple viewings to fully appreciate and that spawn endless fan theories, Donnie Darko is essential viewing. It's the kind of movie that gets under your skin and stays there, inviting you to unravel its mysteries long after it ends. The Prestige. Before Christopher Nolan was blowing minds with dreams and time inversion, he crafted this intricate puzzle box about rival magicians in Victorian London. Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale play magicians locked in a deadly competition to create the ultimate illusion. What makes The Prestige so brilliant is its structure, which mirrors the three parts of a magic trick: the pledge, the turn, and the prestige. The film is filled with misdirection and red herrings that lead to a revelation that completely recontextualizes everything you've seen. It's a movie about obsession, sacrifice, and the lengths people will go to achieve greatness. If you appreciate films that play with narrative structure and that reward careful attention to detail, The Prestige is one of the most rewatchable mind-benders in Nolan's filmography. The final reveal is genuinely shocking, yet perfectly foreshadowed. Source Code. This clever sci-fi thriller stars Jake Gyllenhaal as a soldier who wakes up in another man's body and must relive the same 8 minutes repeatedly to find the bomber of a Chicago commuter train. What begins as a seemingly straightforward Groundhog Day scenario evolves into something much more complex and emotionally resonant. The film's brilliance lies in how it gradually reveals the true nature of the source code program while maintaining tension and developing its characters in surprisingly meaningful ways. Director Duncan Jones creates a contained thriller that constantly expands its scope and implications. If you enjoy time loop stories with heart and intelligence, Source Code delivers a satisfying blend of action, mystery, and philosophical questions about identity and sacrifice. It's the kind of movie that makes you think while keeping you on the edge of your seat. Coherence. Shot on a tiny budget with mostly improvised dialogue, this indie sci-fi gem proves you don't need big effects to create a mind-bending experience. The film follows 8 friends at a dinner party who experience strange events after a comet passes overhead, leading to a reality-bending night that challenges their understanding of themselves and their place in the universe. What makes Coherence so remarkable is how it builds complex quantum physics concepts into a relatable human drama about identity, relationships, and choice. The film operates on multiple levels, working as both a thought-provoking sci-fi puzzle and a tense psychological thriller. If you enjoy films that explore parallel universes and doppelgangers in an intelligent, character-driven way, Coherence is one of the most original sci-fi films of the past decade. It's the kind of movie that will have you discussing its implications for hours after watching. Triangle. This British psychological horror film is one of the most underrated mind-benders on Netflix. Melissa George plays Jess, a young mother who joins friends for a sailing trip only to encounter a mysterious storm that forces them to board an abandoned ocean liner. What follows is a time loop narrative that's far more complex and disturbing than it initially appears. The film's genius lies in how it layers its loops, creating a puzzle box that gradually reveals its horrifying logic. Director Christopher Smith crafts a film that operates as both a tense thriller and a metaphysical exploration of guilt, grief, and redemption. If you enjoy films that use genre conventions to explore deeper psychological themes, Triangle delivers one of the most clever and emotionally resonant time loop stories ever made. It's the kind of movie that demands multiple viewings to fully appreciate its intricate construction. Arrival. Denis Villeneuve's intelligent sci-fi film stars Amy Adams as a linguist recruited to communicate with mysterious aliens who have landed on Earth. What begins as a first contact story evolves into a profound meditation on time, language, and human connection. The film's mind-bending nature comes from its exploration of how language shapes perception and its non-linear approach to time. Based on Ted Chiang's acclaimed short story, Story of Your Life, Arrival uses its sci-fi premise to explore deeply human themes of communication, loss, and choice. If you appreciate thoughtful science fiction that prioritizes ideas over explosions, Arrival offers one of the most emotionally resonant and intellectually stimulating experiences in modern cinema. The film's final revelation recontextualizes everything you've seen in a way that's both surprising and deeply moving. Primer. Made on a budget of just $7,000, this indie sci-fi film is perhaps the most complex and realistic depiction of time travel ever put to screen. The film follows 2 engineers who accidentally invent a form of time travel and struggle with the paradoxical consequences of their discovery. What makes Primer so mind-bending is its refusal to simplify its scientific concepts for the audience. The dialogue is filled with technical jargon, and the plot becomes increasingly complex as multiple timelines intersect. Director Shane Carruth creates a film that demands multiple viewings and active engagement from the audience. If you enjoy puzzles that don't hold your hand and that reward careful analysis, Primer offers one of the most challenging and rewarding viewing experiences in sci-fi cinema. It's the kind of movie that will have you drawing timelines and rewatching scenes to piece together its intricate plot. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Michel Gondry and Charlie Kaufman's surreal romance stars Jim Carrey as Joel, who decides to undergo a procedure to erase memories of his ex-girlfriend Clementine after she has done the same. What follows is a non-linear journey through Joel's memories as he desperately tries to preserve them. The film's genius lies in how it uses its surreal premise to explore the nature of memory, love, and identity. The visual metaphors for memory and forgetting are inventive and emotionally resonant. If you appreciate films that blend fantastical elements with deeply human emotions, Eternal Sunshine offers one of the most poignant and intelligent explorations of relationships in modern cinema. It's the kind of movie that will make you reflect on your own memories and relationships while marveling at its creative storytelling. Tenet. Christopher Nolan's most complex film to date follows a protagonist who must prevent World War III through a technology that can invert the entropy of objects and people. The film's mind-bending nature comes from its time inversion concept, which creates action sequences where objects and people move backward through time. What makes Tenet remarkable is how Nolan integrates this complex concept into spectacular set pieces that must be seen to be believed. The film operates on multiple levels, working as both a spy thriller and a philosophical exploration of determinism and choice. If you enjoy films that challenge you to keep up while delivering spectacular action, Tenet offers one of the most ambitious and technically impressive cinematic experiences in recent memory. It's the kind of movie that demands multiple viewings just to understand its mechanics, let alone its deeper implications. The Endless. This mind-bending sci-fi horror film follows two brothers who return to the UFO death cult they escaped years earlier after receiving a mysterious video message. What they discover is a reality where time and space operate according to strange rules, with an unseen entity controlling their existence. The film's genius lies in how it gradually reveals its cosmic horror elements while maintaining focus on the brothers' relationship and their struggle with faith and doubt. Directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead create a film that works on multiple levels, functioning as both a thoughtful exploration of belief and a genuinely unsettling cosmic horror story. If you enjoy films that blend indie sensibilities with ambitious sci-fi concepts, The Endless offers one of the most original and thought-provoking experiences in modern genre cinema. It's the kind of movie that will leave you contemplating its implications long after the credits roll. These 12 films represent some of the most intelligent, challenging, and thought-provoking movies currently available on Netflix. They're the kind of films that engage your mind as much as your emotions, leaving you with questions and theories to ponder long after viewing. Each one offers a unique journey into strange and fascinating worlds that will expand your understanding of what cinema can do. Have you seen any of these mind-bending films? Which ones would you add to the list? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more movie recommendations that go beyond the algorithm.